everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Long Live the Queen. Despite that debacle we had last episode with our anger issues, that actually feels like a really weird way to word that. And I never noticed that this thing is listed right there. That's really, really nice. How could I cannot believe I never noticed that. But despite the trouble we had, with our anger going down last episode, we were able to bring it back up. So obviously that means our work towards weapons and military will hopefully be very, very strong in this period. We'll probably today actually just continue to work on like naval strategy and resist magic some more, so I can work towards finishing off sense magic in just one go. 80 should be roughly the amount that we would need to finish off any tasks at this point, though, I think. From what I understand, I'm sure there are some checks that you need the stat to be at 100% to complete them, but from what I understand, for the most part, you only need them like above 75 for a lot of the really, really hard stuff. So, we'll still max it out, but it might not be all that necessary right now. Did we get any new outfits recently? Just the magical one. I thought so. Okay. Maybe we'll swap over to something military-based before too long. But, as of this current moment, I love the tuxedo. Don't want to give it up. And it still gives us some bonuses that I think will be very, very helpful to us, or have potential to be, even though trade and productions are both still below 50, so who knows. Eventually, once I max out the art stuff that I want to, I might put some more points into that. We'll have to see, though. As time goes on, only time will tell. 30. You study different kinds of ships, their speed, maneuverability, and standard complement of weapons. 40. You learn about the requirements for all civilized sailors to rescue the crew of a sinking ship, even an enemy. That is some noble stuff right there. I like that. Yay! We unlocked the military outfit. We'll at least be able to see how cool it looks. 50. You gain increased resistance against heat and cold, becoming comfortable in different weather and environments, and able to sip hot soup without burning your tongue. Once again, so cool. You learn how to quickly flare magical shields around you to deflect an incoming attack. This uses much less energy than a constant shield, but it requires good timing to be effective. Matters have come to a crisis. Aris, the Duchess of Lilla, has declared civil war. Okay. Hopefully our stuff— oh no! We got an achievement for it. A land divided. What? Apparently she feels that you are a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kigal. The Duchess of Sudbury is with Lilla. But Gwinnell's my friend! Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. The situation in Hellas and Marie is less clear. Military success! Booyah! Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to focus on our personal defenses, like increasing Elodie's ability to fight with swords and all that stuff, for quite some time, because I think that this means that we are going to want to continue to succeed in all of those military checks. So we're going to want military to be as high as possible for this period. What forces can she muster, and what are we still holding? We have 4 battalions, 2 companies, and 1 platoon. That does not sound like a lot. Oh man. The naval side is, of course, useless in this conflict. Okay, that's one thing that I was a little bit fearful of. So apparently we're going to stop caring about naval strategy. Nice to know that we just got it over 25, I believe. Or maybe we got it a bit higher? No, the only reason why we worked on it again was to get it over 25. By my estimate, Eris can field 5 battalions, 2 companies, and 1 platoon, so she's just ahead of us in the battalions. That's still scary, though. That's not good. It will come down to the question of strategy. There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have available. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. I think that's probably a good idea. Because, I mean, they're going to be, a lot of them are going to be aggressive people anyways. Like, that's one thing, who knows, maybe it would be cruel, but that's one thing that I think is always a good strategy. Pardon criminals for the war effort. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Hopefully it won't come back to hurt us later, but I can't really see too many reasons why this would. Unless one of those prisoners escapes and then comes to us. Theoretically, this should only increase our numbers, so we're gonna do it. Alright, let's do that. Criminals probably already know how to fight. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak. Alright, looks like we're going to, what was the thing that I've been doing? Oh, yes, it was visit the dungeons, and we're going to once again do that again. This is an interesting change of plans, one that I'm not entirely pleased about. I figured war was coming since we've done so bad in the early game. Only thing that's a negative in my opinion now is that probably means that I'm going to want to put Lumen a little bit aside just so I can double our military work. We're probably gonna put 2 points into strategy, then 2 points into logistics tomorrow. Naval strategy can just suck it. Maybe we'll do 2 points into strategy today, then maybe branch it out again tomorrow. Where for the next week, we'll do logistics and wield magic, because I think wield magic would definitely be very, very important at this point as well. Although, keeping with my original plan of boosting our defenses probably wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, because... well, there is the saying, a good offense is the best defense, and I'm kind of doing the counter of that. Basically, that saying is really funny, because in many regards, it can be true the opposite way as well. But none of that matters for now. We're going to do double military strategy. Just to make sure we handle all these wars in the best way possible. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, shoot, I should have also put on my outfit. If not to see what it looked like alone, because I love the outfits in this game. 40. You learn how units reinforce each other in the field, gaining strength through proximity and the covering of weaknesses. 50. You study the effects of different kinds of battle terrain for both offensive and defensive. And now tour the barracks on the weekends. That's pretty cool. Oh ho ho! Man, that gave us a huge gain. Nice to be at 80. 60. You study the power of ranged weapons, from arrows to thrown fire and sand, and how the threat of such attacks can shift the enemy's response. You study the use of cavalry in battle, as well as the costs and benefits of traveling with large animals. You study the effects of a strong hierarchy on military organization, and the ability of troops to respond to changing situations. Communication across an army can be difficult. Disrupted signals can lead to chaos. Hopefully that will allow us to work well with this. The negotiation for the rebels has arrived to speak with you, the negotiator. Well, I can already say that this probably isn't going to go very well, but let's give it a shot. Surrender now and I will be lenient. We are not here for our surrender. We are here for yours. Relinquish the authority of the throne and you will not be harmed. The Duchess Aris and her family will rule Nova as regents. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Many lives will be spared, and your domain will continue to the future in safer, wiser hands. Never! I've worked my military specifically for this reasoning, so we are not going to surrender. I am queen, and I shall remain queen henceforward. I am the queen. Since we cannot come to an agreement, we will meet you on the battlefield. Fine. Well, I'm happy to know that +1 minus willful, +1 to pressured. Nice, that's pretty good for us. I mean, that made us more angry already, so might not be the wisest thing to get rid of that willful, but nice to know that that gives us the opportunity if we need be. Does add pressured though, and I'm not sure if I want pressured to be maxed. Yeah, I do not want more pressured, because that was the royal demeanor stuff. So let's go ahead and... let's do that anyways. Do we want to do that anyways? I was gonna say to get willful down, but unless we become more afraid, there's no chance that any trait is going to max out angry unless anger goes down, like I was saying. So I don't think it matters incredibly what we do today. So let's just... why don't we play with toys? Just kind of does a lot of other stuff, you know? Might be a good idea to work towards lonely for the next time. I don't remember what lonely does, even though I really should. So let's see. I think we definitely want to take some time to work on logistics. Could put some more towards strategy. Let's read exactly what logistics was again. Being able to move troops and supplies in a timely fashion. Never mind, I think I'm good. Double logistics. I really want to be a capable war general here. After that, in all honesty, we probably could just swap over entirely to Lumen and our personal weapons. Because I really want to get back to our Lumen skills, and I want to max out weapons since we're actually in war right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Every bonus helps, and it'll be cool to change to something else. So let's go ahead and see what our uniform looks like. I'm pretty sure I saw this one in like photos online. Yeah, I've seen that one. This freaking badass military uniform. Miguel, he looks super cool. So let's work our way towards logistics. 40. You learn about the support costs created by support. The more equipment you have, the more people and animals are needed to move them. And then those people and animals also need to be fed and equipped. You learn 50. You learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into your hands. And friendly civilians may not stay friendly if robbed. That's a very good point. 60. You study how to determine when to jettison or destroy excessive goods for speed, and how to avoid overreaching. You learn about how to calculate enemy war preparations based on the movement of goods within their lands. Armies do not spring up full-formed overnight. 80. You study the benefits of looting as a troop motivator versus the negative effects on civilian populations. I would really like to learn about that. We were just hearing the negatives about it with 50, I believe, but I wonder how looting would actually motivate troops. Interesting. Oh shoot, music goes crazy. War rages for control of Nova. As defending queen, you are required to take personal control of your forces. Oh shoot. Does that mean I'm on the battlefield? Please don't die, Elodie. Your control of magic enhances your claim to divine right of rulership. Wield magic failed, though. Battles are won and lost, fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is a victory on your side. Hell yeah! Sucks that we didn't have that wield magic. Maybe that would make this like an incredible victory or something. But that goes to show we really, really need to work on our magic skills. Maybe I'll actually double into the wield magic tomorrow then. Because that had me really concerned for our personal safety right there. Your forces sweep through the rebellious duchies and are met with cheers by the local population. Arise, the ringleader is... Ares, the ringleader, is executed, and the other rebels forced to pay tribute to keep their holdings. Of course, there is also a cost paid in lives. Yes! Your understanding of military strategy helped limit the losses received by your side. Yes! Oh, I am so happy that those points helped, because we didn't have an excess amount in battlefield medicine or medicine. Your medical training helped you to preserve the lives of some of your wounded soldiers, and their captive foes as well. Total casualties were 938 point those numbers on your side, and 1,652 and those numbers among the rebels. Of course, there are no more rebel soldiers now. They are once more your loyal subjects. Oh, so we won? We won the whole war? Just like that? That's pretty cool. If it was finished that quickly. Man, oh man, that's awesome. Okay, well, could play with our toys again. Work towards yielding, but if I remember correctly, I didn't like the stuff we got with yielding. Let's try to make her cheerful, you know? We're gonna keep on keeping angry maxed out as long as I can. But it would be nice to get out of this anger and actually have Elodie happy for like once. So, you know. What do we want to do now? That's the question. Our naval strategy is even over 50 with this bonus we have. That's super nice. Let's go ahead and double into the wheeled magic. I think that's how we're gonna handle things for now, actually. Once we do that, that'll be super high. Then maybe we could double into swords. Would I want to double into swords, though? I don't think that would bring it up to 50, not even with that single bonus. So we could probably double into swords. Maybe double into archery, polearms. I don't know, we actually might not have enough weeks to get that all done. And I want to be a lumen, so we'll max out wielding magic right now, or at least work as much as we can towards maxing that out. So let's go ahead and do wield magic. 30. You learn to create tiny discs of solid light, which can fly through the air and cut into targets. 40. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent, which panics or enrages animals in the area. Humans are technically animals, so hopefully we'll get like a weird psionic version of that will make people panic later. Kinda reminds me of XCOM. 50. You learn to create a blade of solid light, which you can wield like a sword to slice through flesh and stone alike. Shoot. I was talking to Stratazing about this, and Stratazing was telling me that this is one of the super cool things that you can use, but you actually need sword skills for it. So that gives us good reason to work on swords, now that we actually have the capability to do that. So maybe we actually will take that tomorrow to really work on, or next week to really work on our weapons capabilities. You learn to direct a beam of searing light through the end of a staff, burning whatever you point at. I wonder if that's for polearms then. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. Oh, the tournament! You could hold a tournament. What a good idea! Knights, jousting musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prize to the winners? Probably status and praise. We actually probably could do gold at this point, I think, since those war efforts went so well. But then again, we're probably using up a lot of our funds repairing from the losses that we did have. So let's just go with the typical status and praise. I honestly think in some regards that is the best thing as well, because that's endless, you know? That's gonna go on forever. Gold, you'll run out eventually. This can mark your place in history, so let's do that. Being declared to be the best in front of the entire domain should be prize enough for anyone. Very well, I will draft the announcements. You leave him to his work. As you move through the hall, your eye falls upon a vase of flowers. Pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on one blossom have shivered. Definition failed, decoration failed. To be expected. Oh well. Someone on hall duty is being lazy. Those flowers should be replaced. You continue up the stairs to your room, where a maid is waiting for you. Oh, my lady, a gift has arrived from Kigal. From the Duke? No, my lady, a merchant house. I believe it was sent with a shipment down to Kavala River. Okay, this is the poison. Dogs, save me, please. You tear open the brightly colored paper to find chocolates! Production trade success! So that actually was one of them. I'm a big, silly man, apparently. Chocolate producers in Kigali usually ship goods down the Napo River through Ursul, not straight to the capital. This merchant house probably specializes in something else, and only traded for the chocolate. There is a little card with the box. With our compliments, the House of Crayolet. Court manners failed, but dog success. Booyah. All of a sudden, your puppy, who is usually so well behaved, growls at the box of chocolates and lunges at it. Bad dog. Chocolates isn't good for you. Silly thing, making such a fuss. Allergy! Please don't eat that. Save it for later. Come on. Your dog. Oh my lord. Save it for later. I don't feel like candy right now. Maybe later. I'm surprised that dog check actually didn't, make Elodie realize. Maybe, like, actually, this is a really big possibility. Maybe, like, dogs trained for, maybe, like, drug dogs haven't even been invented yet at this point in history, and Elodie isn't actually realizing what's happening. I mean, obviously she's not realizing what's happening, but that would be a very interesting development if, like, nobody really understands that at this point in the game's history or whatever. Is there a different way to make her cheerful, without also making her lonely? That's the thing I was considering. Really, it doesn't matter too much, though, if cheerful and lonely are at the same point, because obviously cheerful is farther to the left, so let's just, let's take a walk in the gardens. Now what do we want to do? I think we're gonna do weapons and increase our ability to wield magic. Because I don't want to pass up on wield magic. Like I said, we really want to get that sword ability up so we can actually use weapons as like, beam of light swords. But I also want to be the greatest, like, magical lady in the land, so let's go ahead and keep on working with that. Weapons, swords, and wield magic. Hopefully this will be a productive day, or productive week. I don't know why I keep calling them days in this episode, when obviously it's weeks that take place. You take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. 70. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent, which panics, confuses, and enrages other people around you. Awesome! That's like one of the attacks in XCOM, like I was mentioning before. 80. You learn to shape light into images of things that are far away, or things that don't exist at all. Shoot, we're gonna turn into like Charles Xavier. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to danger. What event do you want to take part in? Man, I wish we could do this. We could do falconry. But I don't... I really want to do that because... I definitely think we could succeed in it, because we've put a lot of points into our animal handling stuff, but I also really don't want to put Elodie in danger at this point. We've done so well as of late. Could make us do even better, but we're at a tournament. Everyone is going to have weapons, and people aren't going to be restricted against holding weapons, so security should be rather lax. I think it would be smart to stay safe. +1 to depressed. I guess I'll watch from my tower. The tournament goes on without you. After the tournament, a minor tragedy is revealed. One of the stewards apparently had an incredible sweet tooth and dared to steal a piece of your recently received chocolates. He had a sweet tooth. The chocolates were poisoned. When you ask questions, it turns out that the merchant house, which supposedly sent you the present, never existed. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. Man, oh man! The backlash from Our faults regarding the war might still be present, obviously. Let's go ahead and increase anger a little bit more. Just work towards that. Oh! Oh wait, no. Depression is right there. Sucks that we lose that cheerful that we gave for us. I want Elodie to be happy, not sad. But more than anything, I want her to be angry right now. Let's see. It was a mood. It said affected by something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Whatever. Things are going pretty well for us. Sucks that we weren't able to attend the tournament, but I think that might have been a wise choice. And looking at it now, Falcons isn't even over 50. So it's pretty high, and the rest of the animal handling stuff might have helped. But I think there's a good chance we could have lost anyways. So this keeps us safe, allows us to continue working on things. Maybe we'll go back to resist magic for now that wield is over 88. Do a resist magic plus swords work. Or we could put 2 points into our weapons in total, like swords and archery, or swords and polearms, something of that like. I don't know, we'll just have to figure it out as time goes along, and I think we are going to cut it off here, so anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.